Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? That's Matt with OddsJam. And what we're going to do, we're going to continue betting some baseball. I am determined to figure out a baseball betting strategy that is profitable. So my picks that finally settled from last night, not good. I was hoping for a 3-0 day. Actually went 0-3. Not a single one of my bets hit. I continue to have horrible luck with these yes run first inning props, going 0 for 2 yesterday, 0 for 2 on the day before, 0 for 1 on the day before that, just continually losing these yes run first innings. So for today's picks, I won't have any of those. I do have a couple bets that I do actually really like that I think have some good value. The number one, and right off the bat, these money line plays you see here, Braves and Reds, those aren't legit. I went on points bet. They're both suspended. So just to preface that, but there is a bet that I thought was really, really awesome value, and it's the Blue Jays versus Orioles to go under 9 runs. So, first of all, let's just look at the math behind it. It is a positive expected value play that I found from OddsJam. The odds that we are betting it at are plus 115 on Caesars. The OddsJam line, which is pulled from the most accurate bookmaker in the world, this OddsJam line is the most efficient betting market, pulled from the sharpest sportsbook in the world. And then with the VIG removed, it's priced at about plus 111. So it's a small gap of positive expected value, but it is still positive of about 1.45%, which is essentially your profit margin for this pick. And there's a couple reasons why I like it. Number one, of course, it's positive EV. So that's the first one. Number two is this number here, which is the market width. So you see here this column width. Market width is essentially a way to determine confidence in what the OddsJam line is priced at. Anything below 25 for a game prop is within range of something that I would want to play. But anything that is below 15 or 15 and below is pretty awesome value, which is exactly what this one is here. It's 13. But before I feel comfortable locking any bets in, the first thing I want to do, or the next thing I want to do, I should say, I just want to compare to all the markets and see where everything's pricing this at. So we are getting this at plus 115 on Caesars. Again, the OddsJam line has this at plus 106. And it actually looks like every other sportsbook has this for worse odds than the OddsJam line. The OddsJam line actually has it the closest. So if you're comparing to all the other books, it's actually an even bigger gap in terms of a pricing discrepancy, with MGM having it all the way at minus 105. It's actually a low hold with MGM, which is kind of interesting, a 0% low hold. So this plus 115 is a true outlier on Caesar Sportsbook, which makes me comfortable placing this bet. Now, like I said, I have been getting annihilated with my baseball bets. Of course, I was riding high, and then I've had a terrible downswing. I'm now officially down money, but I still do think this one is a good value, so I still am going to play it. It's going to be my max play. We're looking at Orioles, Blue Jays, under 9 runs, if I can find it. Under 9 runs right here. So this is going to be my full $100, only doing 4 unit max plays on baseball as of right now, as I try to right the ship. But this is going to be my first bet placed for baseball. The Blue Jays, Orioles under 9 runs because of the awesome value. So now what I need to do, I just need to add this to my bet tracker. This OddsJam bet tracker is something that's offered for free, actually, and it's pretty awesome. It does exactly what it sounds like. It tracks all your bets for you. So if I go to my bet tracker, you see all this, this green, this red. These are basically, the bet tracker tells you whether your bets are currently beating the closing line or not. So green means you are beating the closing line. Red means you are not. Now, of course, not every green bet is going to win. As you can see, lost 3 in a row here. Of course, they're all baseball. And not every red bet is going to lose, as I won this one here. But the goal as a sports bettor is to maximize the opportunities in which you are beating the closing line. So me, I'm hovering just under 71%. This number has actually been a little bit higher, but I've had a downswing recently. Unsurprisingly, coincided with some pretty awful betting days. 4 out of the past 5 weeks have been down. That's almost all attributed to baseball, as I'm now down 2,300 betting on baseball. Total profits went up from like 12 and a half down to 11.3. So I'm hoping to clean that up. But regardless, all this information you see here comes from the bet tracker, which is why it's so valuable. The last point I'll make, it auto grades your bets for you. So this 800 in pending bets that you see here, the OddsJam bet tracker will automatically mark that as won or lost. So you won't need to manually go in or do it. But anyways, my first play is going to be the Blue Jays Orioles under 9 runs plus 115 on Caesars. So here's another total play that I actually really like. In this case, we're taking an over in the Cubs versus Padres. I like this one for a couple reasons. Number one, let's just look at the math. So the play is on the Cubs over 13.5. I'm actually going to buy a point down. I'm actually going to take it over the 12.5, which is still positive expected value, but it's just a little safer. As I've been getting slammed on these baseball bets, I want to be a little bit safer. So I'm actually going to take the over 12.5. But the logic is the same. It's a pricing discrepancy. The OddsJam line has it at plus 105. It is a positive expected value play. And if you just look at the market width, it's only 13 cents. With FanDuel, Caesars, BetRivers, BetMGM, all having this line priced closer to the OddsJam line at plus 105. So this plus 120 on PointsBet is again a true outlier. And then another reason why I like it is if we just look at the history of this Cubs Padres series, 17 runs yesterday. Today, we're expecting I looked this up, we're expecting a very windy day in Chicago, pushing everything out to home field or past, the wind is pushing towards home field. We're expecting possibly a lot of home runs, a lot of long hit balls that might not go out, but could be doubles, triples, stuff like that. So getting the value of this over 12.5, I think is awesome. This is going to be a 3-unit play for me. I'm going to put 75 on this one, plus 120 odds, Cubs, Padres over 12.5 runs. Let's hope that PointsBet lets me lock this in. I am limited on PointsBet, so we will have to see. And we're good to go. So this has been locked in. This is going to be my second bet. I'm going to take the over 12.5 runs in the Padres versus Cubs, plus 120 on PointsBet. Now again, just adding this to my bet tracker. And I'm going to have one last bet I'm going to take. This is going to be my third and final bet for today. And I'm actually looking at the first half runs under 3.5 plus 178 on FanDuel Sportsbook. So I'm going to look at this one for a couple reasons. Number one, it's positive expected value, the highest profit margin of all of the bets that I would be placing today at 6.5%. Plus 178 are the odds we'd be betting it at on FanDuel. The OddsJam line with the VIG removed has this at plus 161. The market width is also just within range at 25 cents. And then, of course, if you click into the markets, it's a pretty decent pricing discrepancy. The OddsJam line at plus 152, BetMGM at plus 155. So obviously significantly closer to the OddsJam line. And so I did this parlay on FanDuel Sportsbook yesterday. It's a 7-leg parlay, and a lot of them first half alternate runs. This was a yes run first inning. Of course, it hit in my parlay, but first half alternate runs. 3 of the 4 hit with this one losing. So I almost hit this awesome parlay, mostly betting first half run totals on FanDuel. So I'm wondering if there's something there. So I'm going to continue to look at this. I'm going to continue to see if there is something there. So this one. So I'm going to go ahead and lock this one in on FanDuel. It's first half total runs under 3.5. So it is an alternate total. So alternate total runs under 3.5. Obviously, since this one is less likely to hit, just looking at the odds, 38% chance. I'm not going to put as much in it. This is just going to be a smaller 2-unit play. I'm just going to put $50 on this one, but to profit 90. So if it hits, it would be really valuable. So I'm going to go ahead and lock this in, and we are good to go. So now let me just add this to my bet tracker, $50, and we're good. So those are going to be my 3 plays for today. This under 3.5 first half runs in Dodgers Angels, over 12.5 runs in the Cubs versus Padres, and then under 9 runs in the Blue Jays versus Orioles. So if you guys are tailing, I'd love to hear it. If you're fading, I wouldn't blame you at all after the downswing I've had betting on baseball. Would not blame you at all. Regardless, I would appreciate if you could comment on the video. Let me know your feedback regardless. And then, of course, if you could like and subscribe to the OddsJam YouTube channel, I would appreciate that as well. But as far as this video goes, that's all I got for you. So thank you guys for watching, and have a good one.